behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello everybody. It's Paul Mash TV time again. We're glad that you could join us today. And we got a great interview as always coming up in just a moment. But don't forget, just subscribe and hit that bell here on YouTube. And if you do, you'll always get the latest interviews whenever available. And of course, we have our comment section. Feel free to leave a comment there. Tell us what you think. And on one of the first few comments, we're going to have links to our caps and t-shirts. So we hope that you'll take advantage of that. And also, if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/PaulMashTV, which is our official Facebook page. Feel free to like the page. Send us an inbox, comment everything you see. We'd love to hear from you there. And you can email us at paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And if you're a band or solo artist, obviously you can use that. But you can also use it if you're a fan of the show and want to talk to us and tell us what you think of the show overall. We'd love to hear from you there. And also, feel free to check out Paul Mash TV every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central on Roku channel Smile World TV. And we have an episode for you there. And also, check out our official web address, which is www.1micmusic, that's the number 1, micmusic.net/Paul Mash TV. And we'll recap all that at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Horton, Alabama, we have Sarah Stevens. She's an awesome performer, but then again, all of our other artists we've ever had on the show are pretty awesome. And I think you're really going to like this lady, and we'll get to that in just a moment, but we have to pause for a quick word from Click Jam. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, time for that interview as promised, and with us from Horton, Alabama, we have Sarah Stevens. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. I'm glad you could join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't you tell us at the beginning of Sarah Stevens on how you wanted to become an artist? I mean, I'm sure you've always wanted to be an artist since you were a little kid. Maybe just an accidental fall in. But anyway, just tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so I grew up playing the mandolin in a traveling kind of praise band with my dad and my mentor. And then in my teenage years, I didn't always have the most fun, I guess. And so I started using music as a way to cope with my sadness, I guess is the best way to put it. And then I switched over to guitar, and I took about probably 7-8 year hiatus from playing music, and I picked it up in I guess July 2019 is when I picked the guitar back up, and it was probably in April of this past year is when I finally committed to, I think I can do this. But yeah, I've always kind of written music. It was more a personal thing, and not so much as a sharing thing. But now I'm strong enough and where I'm at in my life that I think I can help others through my music. So.
Okay, well, that's quite a good story there, Sarah. I'm glad that you decided that being an artist was for you, and hopefully you'll be around for a long time. So,
I hope so.
Tell us about some of the artists you grew up with that influenced you in your songwriting and singing and so forth.
Man, what I grew up with is completely different than what influences me, I would say. I mean, I grew up with ZZ Top, Allman Brothers, Kenny Wayne Shepherd. My dad's a very, very, very good blues and jazz guitarist. And so that's kind of what I grew up on. But then I started getting into folk and Americana music, the dreaded Americana term, and in my college years. And that more influences me now. I mean, I hate to throw out a big name such as Jason Isbell, but I don't think you can match that writing style and ability. And so, I mean, I try not to copy him, obviously, but to learn from him. There's other artists. I really like Ray Wiley Hubbard, which is like a total 180 from some of the other stuff I've mentioned. And then I'm trying to think. Nickel Creek was a huge one for me growing up. That's what introduced me to folk music in general. And so I will always just love some Chris Thile.
Okay. Well, a couple you mentioned, like T.G. Shepherd and Allman Brothers. I mean, they're obviously legends in their own time, and I can understand why you pick them as influences. Why don't you tell everybody how we can find out about your music? I mean, I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms, but if you have physical copies as well, you can let us know that as well.
I don't have any physical copies, but yeah, it's on all streaming platforms. I have a self-produced EP that came out in June titled Birmingham, and then I just released a single on October 30th called This Song. Grab your tissue box for that one. And then so I'll be switching over to some physical copies in the coming probably next 12 months is my goal. But yeah, for now it's streaming. If you want a CD, send me a message on Facebook, Sarah Stevens Music Facebook, and I can hit you up with one.
Okay. Well, everybody get out there and get Sarah's music. I'm sure she would appreciate that. And speaking of music, I guess we got a video coming up for you in just a moment or two. It's called Hurts Like Hell. Is there a story behind that, or is it explanatory? I mean, let us know.
Well, yeah. So it's kind of pandemic inspired, honestly. Like, so I was thinking, like, if someone struggled with addiction, mental illness, and they relied on in-person, face-to-face recovery meetings, this pandemic has shut them down. And so while you can still find recovery and other resources, you might be left in some severe emotional pain. And if you're an alcoholic, it's called a dry drunk. And so while sobriety remains, just the emotional pain is unbearable sometimes. And so that was the inspiration of that, just kind of this pandemic and what it's done to the recovery community. Because overdose rates are on the rise, just relapse rates are on the rise, suicide rates are on the rise, and it's taking its toll on so many, and it hurts my heart.
Yeah, I can understand why you wrote that song, and it's a message to everybody, I think. And again, as I said earlier, we'll be watching that in just a minute. But I think at this point, I think that's about all I really need for now, Sarah. And we want to thank you for coming on the show. We'd love to have you back if you ever have anything new to plug for us. Maybe you could begin.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so here it is, Hurts Like Hell from Sarah Stevens right here on Paul Mash TV. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, my name is Sarah Stevens. I'm a songwriter from Alabama. Here's a tune I wrote called Hurts Like Hell. Yeah, I don't know what life is like without a cold beer on a Friday night. Will I make it? You have your doubts, but sooner or later we will find out. Six years later, I'm down the road. I wish I could say I've really grown. What has changed? Yeah, I dried out, but I still lie, cheat, and pout. And I woke up yesterday wishing I could go away, and then I saw my daughter's eyes and she reminded me to be alive. Things don't happen as I planned, and I probably wouldn't want them then. That doesn't change the fact that pain hurts like hell. We're just on this big old rock, spinning around with our own flock. Not a care in our heart till it all falls apart. Money seems like make-believe, but it sure don't grow on trees. I wish I could change the fact that pain hurts like hell. Days are getting shorter as the winter comes. I don't know if I'll owe my love. I'll keep trudging through the mess I made. But these past weeks have been hard days. And I woke up yesterday wishing I could go away. And then I saw my daughter's eyes and she reminded me to be alive. Things don't happen as I planned, and I probably wouldn't want them now. That doesn't change the fact that pain hurts like hell. We're just on this big old rock, spinning around with our own flock. Not a care in our heart till it all falls apart. Money seems like make-believe, but it sure don't grow on trees. I wish I could change the fact that pain hurts like hell.